In tonight's Primetime Focus, happy birthday, Mr. President. Donald Trump is turning 80 years old, making him only the second man to reach that age while in office. And if you ask the White House, well, the president never felt better.
What part of your body was the MRI looking at?
I have no idea. It was just an MRI. What part of the body? It wasn't the brain because I took a cognitive test and I aced it. I got a perfect mark, which you would be incapable of doing.
If the president's in such perfect health, why does he keep coming back in for checkups?
I think he likes the results. He does really well. He aces the test every single day.
Every single day he aces the test. This week, the Washington Post found something striking. 22 specialists have examined the president of the United States. We don't know what for, but it appears to be more than any president ever. The White House publicly disclosed 4 medical exams in under 2 years. 59% of Americans say Donald Trump lacks the mental sharpness to serve effectively, according to a recent Washington Post poll. And I am sure you have seen the many viral videos, or photos, I should say, of bruises on the president's hand, which the White House says is from shaking so many hands. I know talking about Trump's health is a fraught subject, especially after so many voters felt deceived by President Biden's apparent decline. But here's the thing. This isn't really about the president's health. It is about whether this White House would tell us the truth if something went wrong. And on that question, we know who we're dealing with. This is a president who told us that he would solve the Ukraine war on day one. He obviously didn't. The Ukraine war is now longer than World War I. This is a president who campaigned on justice for the Epstein victims, something they say he hasn't delivered on. In fact, one survivor who voted for him called his behavior a national embarrassment. This is a president who said January 6th was a, quote, day of love. It obviously wasn't. This is an administration that claims those videos of the president appearing to fall asleep, well, those are just blinks, apparently. So, guys, I don't know what you think about this, but it seems like a very bizarre thing that the White House has not been very candid about some of the doctor's visits that the Washington Post and seems to be reporting that he's getting a lot of frequent visits, or a lot of, I guess, significant number of visits, 22 doctors or specialists, and yet they don't offer any insights. And I think about how this would be different and the outrage that would be in right-wing media circles and the echo chamber if it was Joe Biden or if it was, President Obama having these visits.
Well, we did get a little bit of a taste of what that would be like.
And do you remember Trump's doctor, R.I.P., the long-haired doctor from, the Upper East Side that he went to historic? Trump has always been very shady about his health and not giving full disclosure. It really, to have 22 specialists, you have access to the best healthcare in the world. Okay, great. Go to your podiatrist. You can, hammer out so many different specialists that anyone could see if they want to do the Silicon Valley thing of living forever, too. Yeah. It isn't that exceptional. What makes this exceptional is the lack of transparency.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's actually a constitutional issue, kind of. There's a reason why there's been a precedent set of presidents being forthcoming about what's going on with their health and their information and their relationships with their various doctors, because it's like a national security issue. People need to know, voters deserve to know that information. Once you step into the role of being president, you are no longer just your average American who gets to keep what they're going through with their health private. Our safety now depends on you and your health. And so we do deserve to get those answers, and reporters need to keep pushing.
And there's no doubt that the job of the president is a grueling job, a physically demanding job. I remember even kind of noticing George W. Bush and just over the span of 8 years, how he aged going through that. Barack Obama as well. And even
his hair completely different
Absolutely,
color.
Absolutely. And so when you kind of think about how grueling this job is, a part of, to your point, is a lot of Americans want to know their safety is in the hands of somebody who is in good health and is capable and competent of making critical life and choice decisions, also because of the fact that it involves service members. And you want to make sure that the president's making those decisions with kind of the best mental acuity that he could possibly have.
Yeah, you definitely want one of those 22 doctors to be a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
For sure. Talking, and you can go and talk it out. Right. It's okay. Everyone should do it. I highly recommend it.
But also, the other part in that clip that we played was the way he attacked that reporter, right? And I think, it speaks a lot to the way Donald Trump internalizes questions about his mental health or questions about his health. I mean, she was asking him a simple question like, what was the MRI that you got? And he lashed out by flipping and saying, I don't know what it was about. It wasn't about the brain because my brain is great and I take cognitive tests all the time. And then you have Dr. Oz coming out and saying he aces it every day. And you're just kind of like, just be normal.
Yeah,
like, just
right?
be normal.
It's
like,
fine if you
just
get
say
an
it.
MRI.
Just
It's
say
fine
that you're
to get
getting
a brain scan.
That's what I'm saying. It's normal. If you have a headache and you get an MRI, which I'm sure like millions of people who've had, you know, any cause of concern go get an MRI for or whatever, it is nothing to be ashamed of, Mr. President. You can just tell the reporter what it is without attacking her and saying something that you would fail all of the time. And I take these tests and I ace them all the time.
That headline
just raises
there, Eamon,
more.
Just be normal. I have a feeling that's
Yeah,
going
right?
to be of use
Exactly.
over the next few days. We're going to have to leave it there
Just
for
be normal, dude.
Just be normal, please.